What I'm talking about? A Scuf controller. Espresso. They're gonna be like, let me see this demon play with this Scuf controller, and they're going on my TikTok and see me drawing leaves and coffee. I'm like, what the f? I got duped. Hey guys, my name is Cody, and I want to take a minute to talk to you guys about the controller that I believe makes you feel like you're better, but is that really the case? Let's talk about the Scuf Prestige. So thinking back to controllers that I had previously, we think about the OG Xbox Elite controller. Like, my favorite controller, hands down. The feel was phenomenal. It was a heavier feel than the original Xbox controller. You know, it gave you that sense that you were going to be better at that game because you have this sense of control. So I think that was the original draw. And you know, they had off brands that tried to do it, but really that Xbox Elite controller is what got me into higher level performance controllers. Right? It was the paddles, the programmable paddles, the programmable buttons, everything. All right. That was my favorite controller by far, hands down. Move forward, we're back into gaming, we're back into Xbox. The Xbox One X has come out, and they come out with an Elite Controller Series 2. Awesome controller, awesome idea, I get it. Mine's like broken out of the box, right? Everybody has all sorts of mapping issues, like programming issues. It's terrible. And that's what really got me into shopping. So I go shopping online, it's everybody's sponsored Scuf, you know, improve this, improve that. And I'm like, all right, you know, I'm a sucker. I buy stuff all the time just to try to gain an extra kill or two. So let's do it. After the most painful, excruciating wait. So if you don't know, these Scuf controllers, lead times, at least when I bought mine, lead time had to have been like 4 to 6 weeks, I want to say. So that was painful, you know, me waiting for a new controller. But after I got it, felt phenomenal, right? I did notice a couple of goofy things out of the box, like the left analog stick would sometimes stick, but it was all something that I could clear up, and was just a little bit of a manufacturing issue. So the first thing I want to do is I wanted to play Call of Duty, right? I'm a mad Call of Duty player. You know, I try to be as sweaty as possible, and I actually did see, as soon as I started playing my Scuf, I did see my KD increase. Now here's where the controversy is I think we see that increase because we're playing the game more, right? We're not, you know, you might have a half a millisecond on somebody because they have trigger stops, right? Half pulls. You might see that, you know, that little bit of a time frame difference, but if you're playing on 70 ping, is it really making that much of a difference? Secondly is, you know, accuracy, right? The more you play, the more you get a feel for your controller, the more accurate you get. And in my opinion, accuracy goes a lot further than that half a millisecond trigger pull. So looking at the Scuf Prestige, you know, I customize the colors. You can have thousands of options that you can go online and customize yourself, or they have some pre-built ones. Normal Xbox buttons, you know, it comes with 2 joysticks that are Scuf branded and a little bit more sticky, although I did notice that they deteriorate over time and kind of shed a little bit, so that's a little disappointing, but I played it hard for 2 years. And then looking back at the back, you have your trigger stops, which are just 2 toggle switches to give you full or half full trigger. And then you have your bumpers on the back that are programmable, which, I mean, like I said, Call of Duty, huge on it. Like, this is my slide, this is my weapon change. Like, it's easy in that regard. But does it give you a competitive edge? You know, I honestly think it's a head game. This controller isn't for everybody, right? It's not for a casual gamer that just plays on the weekends or plays a lot of, let's say, story mode, that type of stuff. I feel like you gotta be a hardcore multiplayer, you know, FPS driver to really enjoy this controller. And, you know, as far as pros go, build quality is phenomenal. I mean, you feel like you have a great grip on the back of the controller. You know, it's very textured, it's tactical. It's heavier than your standard Xbox controller. Like, it does feel premium. That's the first thing I noticed taking it out of the box. I felt like I got my money's worth with the controller because it felt great. As far as functionality, I've never had an issue with it. I played hard and hundreds of hours, and it's held up perfect. You know, besides, you know, a few little dings and scratches here and there, really I couldn't ask for a better controller, at least compared to what's out on the market. That could change tomorrow, could change next week, but right now, I don't feel like I could get any better of an Xbox controller than the Scuf. As far as negatives go, is the wear and tear. So like I had mentioned, these little joysticks, you can actually see some marks that are rubbed off on them. They peel sometimes. The back plating of my gold has started to have some chips in it and some wear and tear. And then my personal pet peeve is the palm marks that are on the white where my palms rest. The white faded, I can't get it back. I've used cleaner, I've used alcohol pads, that type of deal. I can't get that color back, so that color's kind of gone. But at the same time, you could get another faceplate from Scuf for probably 30 bucks, if I had to guess. Negative reviews. So everybody sees negative reviews on the Scuf controllers, right? I have a different perception on reviews. So my perception is that you only write reviews if you have something negative to say. I think it's very far and few in between that someone says something positive about a controller, says something negative. Just like if you go out to a restaurant, you expect a good experience, right? And if you get that good experience, then it's normal business. But if you get that bad experience, that's the only time you take the time to go online and write a review. So reviews are kind of tough, right? Unfortunately, you know, I read the reviews on the Series 2 Elite controller and it didn't work out in my favor. It was terrible. But Scuf controllers, I mean, like personally, I've never had a bad experience. I've loved my controller, but I don't give it enough credit to go on and write a good review. So as far as review goes, I think it's someone that maybe just had manufacturing issues that, you know, had something break over time. But I really don't think it's deserving of the hate that it gets. And most importantly, it's probably somebody that's just not showing the improvement that they were promised. And I think that's kind of like, it's a branding issue a little bit, and I think that's why they get those bad reviews, because it's really not going to improve your game that much. Your dedication to your game and your dedication to your time playing is going to improve vastly compared to the controller that you're using. And I think someone could anticipate getting this controller, getting themselves to that same level as like the streamer that they love to watch, or the content creator, or the COD pro, or somebody like that. And it's just not, it's not that expectation, because they're all sponsored by Scuf. They all have, you know, paid sponsorships. You know, they use Scuf controllers, but it's not going to turn you into that person. It's your own dedication that's going to turn you into that person. As far as would I recommend to buy it, try it, or skip it, I think it's all dependent on your needs, right? So if you are an avid gamer, you like high quality stuff, then go for it. I don't think there's any need to try it. I don't think you know, there's any need to question it. I think if you're that dedicated in your own gaming, that I think it's a no-brainer, especially from an Xbox standpoint. I can't really talk on PlayStation. I know I tried a PlayStation Scuf. I don't really have PlayStation controllers, but if you're an Xbox player and you like premium feeling stuff, and you like to, I don't want to be bougie, but you like to have nice things, like, it's a hands down, it's a no-brainer. I'd say if you're just getting into gaming, maybe try it first. The only reason I say that is because you don't want to have that false hope that it's going to turn your gaming around overnight, because it's definitely not going to do that. So try it, and if you realize, oh, really, it's not going to turn me into this streamer that I always hoped I was going to be, then maybe it's not for you. But yeah, definitely, if you like quality products, if you you know, like to have, you know, the next best thing, then absolutely, yeah, it's a game changer. So hey, I appreciate you listening to my opinion on the Scuf. Feel free to argue with me down in the comments below, and let us know what you think. If you had a bad experience, let us know. If you have great experiences, let us know. But either way, make sure you hit the like button down below. And if it's your first time here, you gotta subscribe to these guys. I mean, we do cool stuff like this all the time. So yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate it again. See you guys.